Good morning children. How are you? Yes, I am your social teacher and already we have completed our first lesson. What's the name of the first lesson children? Tell me any one of you. Yes, our planet, the earth. That is our first lesson. Our planet, the earth. And what you have learned from that lesson? Tell me children. In that lesson, what you have to learn? Okay, the shape of the earth, the size of the earth, and long ago people believed, what they believed, that the earth was flat and has edges, but it is not correct. Later, Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese sailor who proved that the earth is not flat but it is round in shape. Clear children? And already you learned what are the things on the earth. What are the two things mainly present on the earth children? Yes, one is land and the other one is water. Land and water are the two main forms of the earth. And next you already learned what is horizon, what is coast, atmosphere and magnificent sky and everything you learn in the first lesson. Okay, so today we are going to learn one more lesson, that is your next new lesson, second lesson. Okay, so before going into the lesson, I would like to ask a few questions. Okay, now tell me children, what is the shape of the earth? Tell me any one of you, what is the shape of the earth? The shape of the earth is spherical or round. What is the shape of the earth children? Spherical or round. Now tell me, what is the size of the earth? What is the size of the earth? The size of the earth is very big in size. Very big in size. Okay children, the shape is spherical and round and it is very big in size. Okay, can we see the whole earth at a time? Can we see the whole earth? For example, the earth is this much big in size. So earth is this much big in size, and can we see the whole earth at a time children? No, we can see only a small part or minute part. So very small part only we can see because we are living on the small part. Clear children? So we cannot see the whole earth at a time. We cannot see the whole earth at a time. Just we can see the minute or small part of the earth. So, to study the earth, that means what are the things present on the earth, why we are living only on the earth, to study all these things, and it is not possible to see the whole earth. So, some people, they made model of the earth to study all these things. What are the things? What are the things present on the earth? What is the importance of the earth? Why we are living only on the earth? To study all these things, some people they made model of the earth, and that model of the earth we call it as globe. So this is the model of the earth. So today our lesson name is globe, the model of the earth. Globe, the model of the earth. Okay children, what is the name of the lesson? Globe, the model of the earth. Because we cannot see the whole earth at a time because it is very big in size. So to study the earth clearly, that means what are the things present on the earth, and next what are the importance of the earth and why we are living only on the earth. To study all these things, some people they made the model of the earth which we call it as globe. Now tell me children, what is the name of the lesson? Globe, the model of the earth. Now tell me, what is the definition of globe? The model of the earth. The model of the earth is called globe. And if you see the globe, it is not exactly in the center. It is slightly slant. It slants slightly towards one side and it is not straight. Okay, and you observe there are 2 points. There are 2 points. This is the point which present at the top of the globe and this is another point at the bottom of the globe. And these 2 points hold the globe. So without these 2 points, the hole will not stay in the place. Just it fall down. Because of these 2 points, these 2 points hold the globe and these 2 points allows the globe to rotate. Rotate means to move. Because of these 2 points, the globe hold in its place and because of these 2 points, we can easily rotate the globe. And these 2 points we call it as poles. These 2 points are called poles. So the 2 points which hold the globe, not only hold the globe and it allows to rotate. They are called poles. Clear children? There are 2 points. If you observe the globe, you find a point at the top of the globe and a point at the bottom of the globe. And because of these 2 points, the globe hold in its place. Okay children? Not only that, these 2 points helps to rotate. Rotate means to move. To move the globe like this. Clear children? And these 2 points are called poles. These 2 points are called poles. And the pole which is present on the top of the globe, upper pole. This is the upper pole and this is the lower pole. Clear children? One pole is present at the upper position and one more pole is present at the lower place. So the upper pole is called North Pole and the lower pole is called South Pole. Clear children? The upper pole is called North Pole and the lower pole is called South Pole. Now tell me. The upper pole, which is present at the top of the globe. The upper pole is called North Pole. Okay children. And next one, the lower pole. The lower pole is called South Pole. Okay, so this upper pole and this is the lower pole. So upper pole is called North Pole and the lower pole is called South Pole. And if you hold the globe like this, you can see only half of the globe. You can see only half of the globe. I cannot see the another half which is at the back. Clear children? So on the globe also we can see only half of the globe, and if you want to see the other half, you have to rotate the globe like this. Clear children? So we cannot see the whole globe at a time. Just you can see only half of the globe, and if you want to see the other half, you can rotate the globe like this. Clear children? Okay. And if you observe the globe, there are mainly 2 colors. There are 2 main colors on the globe. And what are the 2 main colors on the globe children? One is blue and the other one is yellow. These are the 2 main colors present on the globe. What are the 2 main colors you observe on the globe children? One is yellow color. One is yellow color. And the other one is blue color. Clear children? One is yellow color and the other one is blue color. So this yellow color indicates, already you have learned in the first lesson, there are 2 main forms on the earth. What are the two main forms on the earth, children? Tell me, what are the two main forms? What are the two main forms? One is land and the other one is water. You have learned in the first lesson the two main forms on the earth is one is land and the other one is water. The same way, the two colors on the earth or on the globe, this yellow color indicates or shows the land forms. This yellow color shows land forms. And this blue color indicates or shows water bodies. Water bodies like rivers, oceans and so on. Clear, children? What are the main two colors present on the globe? What are the main two colors present on the globe? One is yellow color and the other one is blue color. And this yellow color indicates or shows the land forms. And this blue color shows the water bodies on the earth. Clear, children? These are the two main colors on the globe. Now tell me, what is globe? Now tell me, children, what is globe? The model of the earth. The model of the earth is called globe because we cannot see the whole earth at a time. So some people they made this globe, the model of the earth, to study more about the earth. Why we are living on the earth, what is the importance of earth and what are the things present on the earth. To study all these things, some people they made this model of the earth. And who is the first person who made this model of the earth is the first man who made the model of the earth is Martin Behind. Martin Behind in 1942. In 1942. In which year? Sorry, 1492. So Martin Behind is the first man who made this model of the earth. In which year? In 1492. 1492. Okay, children? Okay. If you observe the globe clearly, you will find some lines on the globe. You find some lines on the globe. See, some lines are in the horizontal and some lines are in the vertical. Some lines are present in horizontal direction and some lines are present in the vertical direction. Okay, see. So you observe some lines, horizontal lines like this. So some lines, horizontal lines. These are horizontal lines. Horizontal lines. You observe some horizontal lines on the globe. Those horizontal lines are called latitudes. These horizontal lines are called latitudes. And in the middle of the globe, there is a longest horizontal line. Longest. See, these are all horizontal lines only. These are all horizontal lines only. But in the middle, exactly in the middle of the globe, you find a longest line. Very big, very longest line. And that longest line we call it as equator. Clear, children? What is equator? Longest latitude. Longest latitude is called equator. Clear, children? See, if you observe the globe, you see some horizontal lines and some vertical lines. Some horizontal lines and vertical lines. So the horizontal lines on the globe. So these are the horizontal lines present on the globe. These horizontal lines are called latitudes. Horizontal lines are called latitudes. And in the middle of the globe, there is a longest horizontal line. Longest horizontal line. and that is called equator. What is equator, children? Longest latitude. Longest latitude is called equator. Clear, children? So the horizontal lines on the globe are called latitudes, and in the middle of the globe there is a longest latitude, that is called equator. Clear, children? Now you find some vertical lines. In the same way, on the globe you will find some vertical lines also. So these are vertical lines. These are vertical lines. Vertical lines, and they are called longitudes. They are called longitudes. So these are called vertical lines. These are called vertical lines. These are called vertical lines, and these vertical lines are called longitudes. These vertical lines are called longitudes. Okay, children. So horizontal lines are called latitudes and the vertical lines are called longitudes. And these horizontal and vertical lines are imaginary lines. Actually, they are not present on the earth. Just to study more about the earth, these are the imaginary lines. These are the imaginary lines. That means they are not real. They are not real. To study the earth clearly, these imaginary lines are present on the globe. These imaginary lines are present on the globe. And because of these latitudes and longitudes, we can calculate. For example, see, with the help of latitudes, we can calculate or we can estimate the climatic conditions. Climatic conditions. Climate, we can estimate the climate. That means today weather is hot or humid or cold, or it is a summer season or winter season or rainy season. Because of latitudes only, we can estimate the climatic conditions. And longitudes. And because of longitudes, we can calculate time. Calculate the time. We can say 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10, 11, afternoon 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. How we can say the time? Because of this longitudes only, we can calculate the time. Calculate the time. Okay. That's why they are very important on the globe. One is latitudes. These horizontal lines are called latitudes and the vertical lines are called longitudes. Because of latitudes, we can know the climatic conditions, climate, weather. Because of this latitudes, we can estimate the climatic conditions, and because of longitudes, we can calculate the time. We can simply see the clock and you are saying the time 8, 9, 10. How it is possible? Because of these longitudes only, we can calculate the time. Clear, children? And both with the help of latitudes and longitudes, we can locate the place on the globe. How means I can see. For example, see. These are the horizontal lines. And these are the vertical lines. Actually, these horizontal lines and vertical lines are present on the globe like this. Here I separate the horizontal lines and I separate the vertical lines. Actually, both are present on the globe like this. Both are present. See, these are the horizontal lines and at the same time vertical lines. So same, these two lines are present on the globe like this. And when they meet, when the horizontal and longitude, when the horizontal lines and vertical lines meet, that means latitudes and longitude meet, they form a box-like structures. See here, boxes. these boxes we call it as grid. And because of this grids, we can locate the place. Locate the place. Clear, children? So horizontal lines and vertical lines. When the longitudes, that means when the latitudes and longitudes meet each other, they form a box-like structure. And these box-like structures we call it as grid. And this boxes helps to locate the place. We can say, for example, if you see on the map, you find lot of places on the map. See these box-like structures. These are box-like structures present on the globe. When the latitudes and longitudes meet with each other, they form a box-like structures. And these box-like structures we call it as grid. And these boxes help to locate the place on the globe. Clear, children? Simple. First of all, horizontal lines on the globe are called latitudes. And the vertical lines on the globe are called longitudes. That's all. Horizontal lines are called latitudes and the vertical lines are called longitudes. Actually, they are not present on the earth. These lines are imaginary lines. Why these latitudes and longitude means? They help us, these latitudes help us to estimate or to find the climatic conditions of a place. Climatic, that means today hot or cold or it gets rain, or to estimate the climatic conditions. To the latitudes help us and longitudes to calculate the time. Okay, and in the middle of the globe there is a longest latitude. The longest latitude is present, that is called equator. So on the globe, the horizontal lines and vertical lines are present like this, and when these longitudes and latitudes meet with each other, they form a box-like structure. Actually, here I separated these horizontal lines and vertical lines, but on the globe these lines are present like this, and these form a box-like structures. When the latitudes and longitudes meet with each other, they form a box-like structure, and that is called grid. And these boxes on the globe help us to locate the place on the globe. Clear, children? Okay. So in this session, what we learned? What is globe? What is globe, children? The model of the earth is called globe. And who made the first model earth? Martin Behind. In which year? In 1492. In 1492, this person prepared the model of the earth. First time he made the model of the earth. Clear, children? And what are the two poles present on the globe? This is called upper pole and this is called lower pole. The upper pole is called North Pole and the lower pole is called South Pole. The upper pole is called North Pole and the lower pole is called South Pole. And these poles help us to rotate the globe, and also it holds the globe in its place. Clear, children? And what are the two colors you observe on the globe, children? What are the two main colors you observe on the globe? One is yellow and the other one is blue color. So yellow color indicates or shows the landforms, and the blue color shows the water bodies on the earth. Clear, children? And these are the horizontal lines and these are the vertical lines, and horizontal lines and vertical lines are there on the globe like this, and they form a grid, and these grids helps to locate the place, and latitudes helps us to estimate the climatic condition, and this longitudes help to calculate the time. Okay, children? So remaining topics we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.